Chapter 22. Thus saith the Lord, Go down to the house of the king of Judah, and speak there this word, and say, Hear the word of the Lord, O king of Judah, that sittest upon the throne of David, you and your servants, and your people that enter in by these gates. Thus saith the Lord, Execute you justice and righteousness, and deliver the spoiled out of the hand of the oppressor, and do no wrong, do no violence to the stranger, the fatherless, nor the widow, neither shed innocent blood in this place. For if you do this thing indeed, then shall there enter in by the gates of this house kings sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and horses, he and his servants and his people. But if you will not hear these words, I swear by myself, saith the Lord, that this house shall become a desolation. For thus saith the Lord, concerning the house of the king of Judah, You art Gilead unto me, the head of Lebanon, yet surely I will make you a wilderness, cities which are not inhabited. I will prepare destroyers against you, every one with his weapons, and they shall cut down your choice cedars, and cast them into the fire. And many nations shall pass by this city, and they shall say every man to his neighbor, Why has the Lord done this? Why has the Lord done thus unto this great city? Then they shall answer, Because they forsook the covenant of the Lord their God, and worshipped other gods, and served them. Weep you not for the dead, neither bemoan him, but weep sore for him that goeth away, for he shall return no more, nor see his native country. For thus saith the Lord, touching Shallum, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, who reigned instead of Josiah his father, and who went forth out of this place, he shall not return here any more. But in this place where they have led him captive, there shall he die, and he shall see this land no more. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by injustice, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and gives him not his hire, that saith, I will build me a wide house, a spacious chambers, and cutteth him out windows, and it is sealed with cedar, and painted with vermilion. Shalt you reign, because you strivest to excel in cedar? Did not your father eat and drink, and do justice and righteousness? Then it was well with him. He judged the cause of the poor and the needy. Then it was well. Is not this to know me, saith the Lord? But your eyes and your heart are not but for your covetousness, and for shedding innocent blood, and for oppression, and for violence to do it. Therefore thus saith the Lord concerning Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, They shall not lament for him, O my brother, or O sister. They shall not lament for him, O Lord, or O his glory. He shall be buried with the burial of an ass, drawn and cast forth beyond the gates of Jerusalem. Go up to Lebanon and cry, lift up your voice in Bashan, and cry for Abarim, for all your lovers are destroyed. I spoke unto you in your prosperity, but you saidest, I will not hear. This hath been your manner from your youth, that you hearkenest not to my voice. The wind shall feed upon all your shepherds, and your lovers shall go into captivity. Surely then shall you be ashamed and confounded for all your wickedness. O inhabitant of Lebanon, that art nestled in the cedars, how gracious shalt you be when pangs come upon you, the pain as a woman in travail. As I live, saith the Lord, though Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, were the signet upon my right hand, yet would I pluck you thence, and I will give you into the hand of them that seek your life, and into the hand of them whom you art afraid, even into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of the Chaldeans. And I will cast you out, and your mother that bore you, into another country, where you were not born, and there shall you die. But to the land whereunto they long to return, there shall they not return. Is this man Coniah a despised, broken image? Is he a vessel wherein is no pleasure? Why are they cast out, he and his seed, and are cast into the land which they know not? O land, 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 hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, write you this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days. For no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David, and ruling any more in Judah. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. Now, yesterday, Jeremiah was talking to Pashur, this one that was sent by Zedekiah. And at the end of that little fiasco, Jeremiah was put into the prison. And today we are in some writings of Jeremiah, the prophecies of Jeremiah even, from an earlier period. This, because that was when Zedekiah was king, see, and it should be on down in the book a little further. But now we're back into the period of when Jehoiachin and Jehoiakim had just been carried away, because we're going to find Jehoiachin wasn't king very long, and they carried him off to Babylon as well as his father. And then the king of Babylon would sit Zedekiah in there. But we're going to pick this up during that period prior to the last couple chapters. Thus saith the Lord, verse 1. Go down to the house of the king of Judah and speak there this word. And so once again, Jeremiah, this one whom God has appointed, is going to go down to the king's house, where the kings and all the people that acquaint themselves with him go in and out. Verse 2, and say, hear the word of the Lord, O king of Judah, that sits upon the throne of David, you and your servants, and your people that enter in by these gates. And these were the ones who would go in and out, doing the king's work, going in and out of the city there by the king's house, which was within the city of Jerusalem. And these are the ones that would be the heir to David's throne at that time, and these are going to be the prophecies even of those of the later time. 3. Thus saith the Lord, execute you justice and righteousness, and deliver the spoiled out of the hand of the oppressor, and do no wrong, do no violence to the stranger, the fatherless, nor the widow, neither shed innocent blood in this place. And we're going to find out, see, that Manasseh, this one who causes to forget even, would have shed a lot of innocent blood there. And this was really the whole problem that God was holding them accountable for, because there was no atonement for this. There was nothing to do. The kings had done this. See, and this shedding of innocent blood was whatever they had to do to get their way. And this chapter here, we'll find out, this part right here was commanded even in the last chapter to the house of David to execute justice and righteousness and deliver the spoiled out of the hand of the oppressor. And these oppressor was the house of David, even this throne that they was using at that time. If we'll just go back and read, we could read out of Kings, the 2 Kings there at the end, chapter 24. We will find out that they was taxing the people, even in the end of chapter 23. They were taxing the people, see, taxing the people, exacting on the people whatever Egypt there at first, and then after Babylon had come in and taken over, see, they was exacting on the people, taxing the people heavily. Whatever the king of Babylon said to tax, they taxed. But yet that we'll find out they were going to maintain their great and high place that they had made for themselves. See, they wasn't paying no tax, but they was exacting it. And this is what was going on then. And this is what's going on today. For if you do this thing indeed, then shall there enter in by the gates of this house kings sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and in horses, he and his servants and his people. If, see that little qualifier right there, if you do this thing, see, if you will not oppress the stranger, those that sojourn here, that don't have no understanding, that just come in to work, the fatherless, those whose father's been taken away, they don't have no understanding because there was no one to teach them the law. Nor the widow. She's lost her husband as well. She is the understanding that has no seed. Neither shed innocent blood in this place, to commit murder for your own gain, to what lie in wait for souls for your own gain, to build up your house, as we're going to find out. This is what God is relating this to. 5. But if you will not hear these words, I swear by myself, saith the Lord, that this house shall become a desolation. What? If, that little qualifier, it's always there. If you will not hear these words, if you, and we're going to find out, they wouldn't listen. Well, God says it's been their way since their youth. They want to build up all their house with destruction. 6. For thus saith the Lord concerning the house of the king of Judah, you are Gilead unto me, the head of Lebanon, yet surely I will make you a wilderness, cities which are not inhabited. And here God compares the king of Judah, these kings of Judah, this house of David even. He said, you are Gilead unto me. Remember Gilead. Gilead's them stones, them heaps of stones that witness. You know what's under them heaps of stones? See, and this is what it is. See, and this is what it's become. This head of Lebanon, the head place of that which is made white, see. Going to be used for an example. 7. And I will prepare destroyers against you, every one with his weapons, and they shall cut down your choice cedars and cast them into the fire. God's going to come against them with destroyers again. And we're going to find out just why. With all his weapons, and these are going to be words. These are going to be the ways of all the other nations. See, God's going to bring it in confusion, because that's who's coming in, see, the king of Babylon. And they shall cut down your choice cedars, all these choice things that you think you've made that's going to last, and cast them into the fire. Burn them. Why, that's what they're done. They've been taken in ignorance, taken in this ignorance, and they're going to be imputed into images, see. And all this becomes burned away. 8. And many nations shall pass by this city, and they shall say every man to his neighbor, why has the Lord done this unto this great city? And many nations shall pass by this city. What? This city there, this little place that they had built. It was within the confines of Jerusalem, this city of the teachings of peace, the king's house. See, why has God done this to even this great city, Jerusalem, all about? 9. Then they shall answer, because they forsook the covenant of the Lord, their God, and worshiped other not gods, and served them. Because they forsook the covenant. What covenant? The everlasting covenant that God made with humanity from the beginning. There's nothing hard to understand about that. And what they do, they worshiped not gods, these Elohim, these ones that the Mighty One had set over all the nations of the earth, to give them power, to use them to show you that he's God and he can do these things. No one's ever listened to God. But we're going to find out, see, what was going on is this. They was doing everything they could. They was peeling the gold off the walls of the sanctuary of God, selling out everything. There wasn't nothing left but a couple pillars and a brazen bowl. They'd sold everything to save the king's house. 10. Weep you not for the dead, neither bemoan him, but weep sore for him that goeth away, for he shall not return no more, nor see his native country. Why? He's gone into captivity. Don't weep for the dead. You weep for these living that have gone off into captivity, for they shall return no more. God's carried them off. See, they've gone off into Babylon. 11. For thus saith the Lord, touching Shalem, the son of Yoshia, king of Judah, who reigns instead of Yoshia his father, and who went forth out of his place. He shall not return there any more, as Shalem. There ain't no son named Shalom that was carried off. There was Jehoahaz. He was taken off to Egypt. There was Jehoiakim. They carried him off in fetters to Babylon. And then there was Jehoiachin. He come out after and went off to Babylon by choice. And then there was Eliakim, and they slayed him. But this Shalom means a just reward. It means the just reward, kind of like the wine, the rewards you get from wine. You drink a little, you get a little happiness. You drink a lot, and you get drunk. 12. But in the place whither they have led him captive, there shall he die, and he shall see this land no more. And we will find out that this would be the outcome of the last three kings prior to Zedekiah, Mattaniah, that they would be carried off and would die there where they was carried off to. Jehoahaz would die there in Egypt, this land of enclosures. And Jehoahaz means the one God took a hold of, he seized. He was the one that God come up and grabbed hold of. He was going to punish him. Nobody listened then, see. And then God carried off Jehoiakim. Jehoiakim was that one which God stands up. There was the image, God, the witness. God was making a double example. Nobody still listened. Then we had Jehoiachin, and this would be the one who God establishes. Coniah. This means God establishes. And these all three would be led off to captivity. 13. Woe unto him that builds his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by injustice, that uses his neighbor's service without wages, and gives him not his hire. Woe unto him that builds his house by unrighteousness, this injustice, his chambers by injustice. This is from the lack of judgment. This is from the lack of teaching, the understanding that comes from the law of God. See, you use your neighbor's service. You think you got everybody else doing your work, and you don't have to pay them. 14. That saith, I will build me a white house and spacious chambers, and cutteth him out windows, and is sealed with cedar, and painted with vermilion, making you a great house. This is what this all stands for. This white house. It's a big house, got big rooms in it. See, so you can look great. And you cut out windows, those things, so you can see out. And you've built your place above everybody, and you can see out and watch over. And it's sealed with cedar. These Asher trees, these trees that stand for progress, these trees that stand for elevation, these trees, what it means is to step up, step forward. Yeah, it's like an altar. You made yourself an altar. All this understanding comes from one word. Even this cedar, those things that are made to last. And you painted with vermilion. Vermilion, this red, even the color of it. 15. Shalt you reign because you strive to excel in cedar? Did not your father eat and drink and do justice and righteousness? Then it was well with him. Ain't this what David did? And when David knew that he sinned, he turned as fast as he could to do justice, to do judgment. Then it was well. See, but that's not what his sons did. That's not what his children did. And we have the qualifier if. See, this qualifier if. 16. He judged the cause of the poor and the needy. Then it was well. Is not this to know me, saith the Lord? To do what David did, to turn from your sin, to know your wickedness even. 17. But your eyes and your heart are not but for your covetousness, and for shedding innocent blood, and for oppression, and for violence to do it. And that's what he was using the king's house for, then and now. It's the same thing, because God sent it as a judgment in the first place. It was his plan from the beginning. documented. I know it don't make everybody happy, but that's just what the book says. 18. Therefore thus saith the Lord concerning Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, they shall not lament for him, O my brother, or O sister. They shall not lament for him, O Lord, or O his glory. Ain't going to be no crying for Jehoiakim, this one who God sits up. See, this one who God stands up, this one they tilted up there. He's the son of Josiah, the one that finds God, king of Judah. They shall not lament for him, O my brother, as if somebody's lost his brother, or O sister, as if there's a death in the family. They shall not lament for him, O Lord, as if he was a Lord over you, or O his glory, O his greatness, O his mightiness. They've used it to tax and to oppress and to do violence. Used for the shedding of innocent blood. They lay in wait. 19. He shall be buried with the burial of an ass, drawn and cast forth beyond the gates of Jerusalem. And this is what they would do, and this ass represents somebody of a leadership position. It always has. But this ass here is like a burial of an ass, where they drag it outside the city gates, even over to Tophet, and they throw it in the crack. Outside the city gates, the city even of peaceful teachings. 20. Go up to Lebanon, and cry, and lift up your voice in Bashan, and cry for Abarim, for all your lovers are destroyed. Go up to that great city where it's of whiteness, this great city of supposed to be purity. And cry, lift up your voice in Bashan, a fruitful place, even fruitful from its fertility. And cry for Abarim. Abarim, those that are taken away, for all your lovers are destroyed. This is what the end of it was going to be from the beginning. 21. I spoke unto you in your prosperity, but you said, I will not hear. This hath been your manner from your youth, that you hearkenest not to my voice. From the beginning you would not listen. From the beginning, God trying to correct the house, no one listens. Using them even as an example unto both nations, King Israel and Judah, but no one listened. 22. The wind shall feed upon your shepherds, and your lovers shall go into captivity. Surely then shall you be ashamed and confounded for all your wickedness. And still there's no understanding. The wind feeds upon your shepherds. The wind feeds upon these ones that are over your flock to give them to pasture. Confusion's what this wind is. And your lovers, all those that you take and bring in, all these ones who have contributed even to your ignorance. See, all of these go into captivity. This here's a captivity of understanding. See, this here's a captivity of understanding, even the prison house. And you shall be ashamed and confounded for all your wickedness, because there was no goodness done. See, that was the thing from the beginning. 23. O inhabitant of Lebanon, you are nestled in the cedars. How gracious shall you be when pangs come upon you, the pain as a woman in travail. O inhabitant of Lebanon. We ain't talking about Lebanon. We're talking about the king's house still. This one, he's even considered as Lebanon. That's who we're talking about. Still. This one's that's nestled in the cedars, this place that they've made themselves to last. They're selling off everything, even the gold that's on the house of God, to save their own house. 24. As I live, saith the Lord, though Coniah the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, were the signet upon my right hand, yet would I pluck you from there. Even if Coniah, the one God establishes, and we're going to find this Coniah is Jehoiachin. He come out and went willfully off to Babylon. Jehoiakim, he's done carried off. Jehoiachin is this one he's the son of Jehoiakim. Jehoiachin is. Even if he was the signet of my right hand, this symbol of my work, God said, yet will I pluck you from there. It doesn't matter. 25, and I will give you into the hand of them that seek your life, and into the hand of them of whom you art afraid, even into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of the Chaldeans. See, he's telling them what he's going to do if they don't, because see, God done knows this is what they're going to choose. He's done declared it. He said you're going to choose death instead of life. And he's given you over into the prophet, the Nebuchadnezzar, the prophet that protects the crown. He is the king of confusion. And into the hand of the Chaldeans, these clod breakers, these ones that are all-knowing. 26, and I will cast you out and your mother that bore you into another country where you were not born, and there shall you die. God, what's God going to do? He's going to cast you out. Cast you out. And your mother, this one whom you was born from, this understanding you come from, into another country, into a place far away. You wasn't born there, but there you shall die. See, where was this? This was Babylon. Confusion. 28. Is this man Coniah a despised, broken image? Is he a vessel wherein is no pleasure? Why art you cast out, he and his seed, and are cast into the land which they know not? This man Coniah, this one who God established. Why is he a despised and broken image? Because they taxed the people. They'd imputed everything, taken everything from God to save their own house, the king's house. That's why it's a vessel wherein there is no pleasure. They turned from the law of God. God said, if you will keep my law and obey my statutes and my ordinances, make a book of the law, keep it right there beside you day and night. Number not unto yourselves wives or horses or gold or silver. Remember the law, Deuteronomy 29. O land, land, hear the word of the Lord. Earth, thus saith the Lord, write you this man, 30, write you this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days. For no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David, and ruling any more in Judah. Thus saith the Lord, write you this man childless, write you this man that shall not bring forth of woman, a man that shall not prosper in his days, in his understanding. For no man of his seed shall prosper. No man of his seed shall prosper. Didn't say he wasn't going to have no more children. It just says they shall not prosper. It didn't say they ain't going to sit upon the throne of David. It just says they shall not prosper any more ruling in Judah, in this place of praisings. Because see, this is what God was going to do. It's part of God's plan. It's part of the marvelous work God's going to do. Did he not say, I'm going to gather all the nations together to exact my vengeance? Turn and return. Let's move to chapter 23.